Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Jaya Jaya
Shri
Shri
Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Jaya
Jaya Nityananda
Nityananda.
Jaya
Jaya
Advaita
Advaita
Chandra
Chandra
Jaya
Jaya
Gaura
Gaura
Bhakta
Bhakta
Vrinda
Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya
Shri
Shri Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Jaya
Jaya
Nityananda
Nityananda.
Jaya
Jaya
Advaita
Advaita Chandra
Chandra Jaya
Gaura
Gaura
Bhakta
Bhakta Vrinda
Vrinda.
Jaya
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 Shri
Shri Chaitanya
Chaitanya
Jaya
Jaya
Nityananda
Nityananda.
Jaya
Jaya
Advaita
Advaita
Chandra
Chandra
Jaya
Jaya
Gaura
Gaura.
Bhakta Vrinda.
So, Hare Krishna, dear devotees, thank you very much for joining us. Let's get your blessings and your good wishes so that we can remember maybe a few personalities today, especially Shyamananda Prabhu, whose disappearance day is today. He was a great devotee of Lord Chaitanya and contemporary of the great Acharyas Srinivas Acharya and Narottam Das Thakur. So these three were the first Harinam Sankirtan party distributing books.
Three Musketeers.
The three were eternal associates, are eternal associates of Lord Chaitanya, incarnated to spread his teachings after the Lord's disappearance. And they all studied under Srila Jiva Goswami in Vrindavan. So Jiva Goswami is really highly elevated personality. They created a resurgence of Lord Chaitanya's Bhakti movement in Bengal and Orissa, where it was flagging in the period after the Lord had left the planet. Not just the Lord left, but also Nityananda left, and Jahnavi Devi later on left as well. Shyamananda Prabhu, who appeared in West Bengal in 1534 in the house of Sri Krishna Mandal and Srimati Durika Devi. He was named Dukhi because in his parents had lost many sons and daughters before him. So they wanted to ward off all inauspiciousness by giving their son such a name. It was predicted that he was a great soul, come to preach the glories of Lord Chaitanya. Being highly intelligent, Dukhi soon mastered all the scriptures and science of grammar. But when he heard the transcendental pastimes of Gaur Nitai from the Vaishnavas in his village, he developed a strong attachment to their lotus feet. Taking his father's blessings, Dukhi Krishnadas went to Ambika Khalna, where he took shelter of his guru, Sri Hridaya Chaitanya, who was a disciple of Gauridas Pandit. After being initiated, he was named Dukhi Krishna. So before that, he was just Dukhi, now he's Dukhi Krishna. Seeing his great intelligence and devotion, he was instructed to go to Vrindavan to study under the guidance of Srila Jiva Goswami. Shyamananda, so Dukhi Krishna, set out for Vrindavan, but first visited Mayapur to meet Ishan, the servant of Jagannath Mishra. Then he went to Gaya to have the darshan of Lord Vishnu in the Vishnupad Mandir. Then he went to Kashi to take the blessings of Chandrasekhar and Tapan Mishra and others. Under the care, then he eventually made it to Vrindavan. And he was under the care of Jiva Goswami. He met his fellow god brothers, Srinivas Acharya and Narottam Das Thakur. Together they performed devotional service in each other's association under the tutelage of Jiva Goswami. Upon receiving the special service of sweeping Seva Kunj from Jiva Goswami, Dukhi Krishna would every day sweep the groves of Seva Kunj. And he would sweep this for many, many years. It wasn't just
12 years.
12 years. This is called consistent service. It's menial, you could say, it's boring, right? Sweeping is a very humbling job. But he was very consistent in his seva. And Krishna likes consistency. Right?
That's right, yeah. And he thought it was an important seva actually, because he didn't want the devotees to step on any thorns or any stones when they came here to
seva,
to have darshan. So that was his mood. He doesn't want to harm anyone. That's why he was doing the sweeping, and he would do it really early. He was saying like just after midnight he would do that seva.
So in Seva Kunj, divine couple come every day They perform pastimes every evening, every night, and even up to this day today. It would be closed up to everybody. Nobody is allowed in at that time. One day, he came upon a very special and transcendental anklet, the beauty of which astounded him, astonished him, and he safely kept it with him, hoping, he knew it was special, so he's hoping to have audience with the owner of the divine ornament. He knew this is something really amazing.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Soon, a young maiden, now Jayanti is just contradicting what we've said here. We say Vishaka, but actually it was Lalita. It was one of the two.
No, it was Lalita. According to that.
Whose beauty was beyond the material creation.
Okay, so actually, when he found it, it was shining. So he thought it does belong to a special person. So he kept it hidden in his dhoti. And then Lalita Devi, Radharani actually sent Lalita to find it. Because what had happened was that Radharani had run off quickly and she'd lost it while running away. So Lalita came dressed as a poor Brahmin lady, old poor Brahmin lady with torn clothes and everything. So she came and said to Shyamananda, have you found an anklet? It belongs to my daughter-in-law, and she lost it while running away. A lion came and she was running away, so she lost it. So Shyamananda looked at this lady and he said, he said to the lady, actually, I do have it, but it can't belong to your daughter-in-law. You don't look as if, your daughter-in-law really wears these sorts of things. It must belong to a really special person. So Lalita said, yeah, everyone in Braj is special. So of course, my daughter-in-law is also special. So why can't it belong to her? Anyway, while they were chatting away, and eventually Lalita gave Shyamananda a glimpse of who she was. So then he realized, and then she said, yes, okay, it does belong to my master, who's a Radhika. So I can take you to her. But he was in a male body, so he couldn't really go and see Radharani in that form. So Radharani said to Vrinda Devi, take him to Radhakund and dip him in there, so he attains the form of a gopi, and then he can come. So Vrinda Devi and Lalita Devi did that, and when he came out, he had the form of Kanak Devi, Kanak Manjari. Okay, so then they took him to Radharani, and he was astonished to see Radharani and have the darshan. He's in the form of a gopi really at the moment. And then Radharani told Lalita to take some chandan and mark his forehead with the markings of the anchor. So that's why he has this special tilak, which is the ankle belt tilak. And then they said, don't tell anyone about this incident, and you can only just tell Jiva Goswami if you want to tell anyone. So anyway, he came back and he came back into his male body again, and went to see Jiva Goswami, and Jiva Goswami understood exactly what had happened. Okay, and then eventually Hriday Chaitanya, his guru. Okay, sorry. When he came back, Radharani told Lalita to actually, because Shyamananda was so happy, and So, and Shyama is another name for Radharani. So that's why Lalita gave him the name Shyama and Anand, because he was so happy to see Radharani. So that's why he's got the name Shyamananda. And Radharani also gave from her heart deities of Radha and Krishna. So again, he brought the deities back with him, and kept them with Jiva Goswami. Over time, his guru, Hriday Chaitanya, found out that Shyamananda had changed his name from Sukhi Krishna to Shyamananda, and he also had a different tilak. So he came to Vrindavan to find out exactly what was happening. He met Sukhi Krishna, and he asked him exactly what had happened. And then all these other Brahmins also gathered to find out exactly what had happened to Shyamananda, because he'd also changed his color from black to golden as well. So, you know, they was wondering what's happening here. So Shyamananda said, okay, give me 2 hours and I will tell you exactly, you know, I will prove to you that you know, something miraculous has happened to me. So he sat down in meditation. He went into samadhi, and when he was meditating, he actually went back up to Golok to Radharani in the form of Kanak Manjari. And he said to Lalita Devi, okay, you know, I'm in this predicament now. I have to prove that I've been given this name Shyamananda, not by anyone, but by my guru. Through my guru, and I need to prove what's happened. So he said, you know, you have to help me get out of this predicament. So Lalita Devi went to Radharani and mentioned that, you know, Kanak Devi's come. So Radharani called Shubal, my cousin. So Shubal actually is Goridas, who is the guru of Hriday Chaitanya. So he's Shyamananda's guru's guru, actually. So Shubal said, tell them that it is your guru's guru who's given you this name. And I'm also going to make this tilak permanent on you. And I'm also going to write Shyamananda on your chest. So Shyamananda came back from his samadhi and he opened his eyes, and all the Pandits were saying, okay, your 2 hours are up. So can you prove, you know, that you haven't got Shyamananda by any old person, that name, and you're not dishonoring your guru who's given you that, your original name. So Shyamananda said, it is actually the blessings of my guru that I have been given this name. So Hriday Chaitanya said, when did I do that? No, I've never ever done that. So he said, well, actually, your guru came in my dream. And because this is what Shubal had said, you know, tell them that I came in a dream. So, you know, your guru actually came in my dream and he's given me this name, and he's made this marking, this special tilak marking, and also this name on my chest has been written by him. So then they tried to wipe the tilak off and the name off, and they couldn't. And so then Hriday Chaitanya realized what, you know, that he was at fault for doubting Shyamananda, and he asked for forgiveness from Shyamananda.
And at some point, he must have also had a dream or something, realization.
I don't know. That's he wasn't.
He didn't say that.
No,
this is something that
another version
of this pastime. Yes, Rianj.
Prabhuji, about Shyamananda Prabhu one day.
Sorry?
Prabhuji, we did about Shyamananda
Yes,
Prabhu.
that's right. This was a little different pastime from a different lecture that Jayanti heard. Very interesting. So slightly different
Angle.
So soon thereafter, on the order of Sri Rajiva Goswami, Shyamananda, along with Narottam and Srinivas, set off to Bengal and Orissa with a trunk full of Goswami's literatures to preach the message of Mahaprabhu. On the way, the king of Vana Vishnupur, Birhambir, had the scriptures stolen by some of his men. So we've done this many times, I think. For the purpose of recovering this stolen scriptures, Srinivas Acharya stayed behind. Shyamananda went back to Ambika Kalna, where he was born. So then Hriday accepted the service of his disciple for some time and then ordered Shyamananda to go to Orissa and revive the Sankirtan movement again. While preaching, he initiated, so Shyamananda initiated Rasikananda, very important devotee, who became a great devotee of the Lord, known as Rasikananda. And he inspired many people of all different classes to take up the path of Krishna Bhakti. Shyamananda thereafter traveled widely, spreading the holy names of the Lord, and also attended the grand festival of Keturi, where he again met Srinivas and Narottam. So that was the first Gaur Purnima festival. He initiated many disciples who continued his preaching. Some call it the Shyamanandi sect after his disappearance in Kanapur in Orissa, where his samadhi is located. He must have also samadhi in Vrindavan. So that's the pastime of Shyamananda. Anybody got any questions, any comments? Anything you'd like to add, subtract, anything you've heard? Wonderful devotee, wonderful pastime, really gives inspiration to us because you can see how Radha and Krishna associate, interact with the devotees. And Lalita, Vishaka, they're so kind. So let's go to
The next personality.
Yeah.